It's also important for us to realize that it is the women who must take the drive to bring in creativity to the universe. It's the woman who gives birth. It's the woman who trains the child at a young age. So once the knowledge of creativity is given to women first in fullness, it will drive a change across humanity, across the world. Now, sometimes, again, I go back to the information about our prehistoric mind. During the prehistoric mind, the more carnal a person was, the more violent a person was, the more terrible in character a person was to get food, which was usually for going after different animals which were stronger. So you needed people with much more muscle, much more carnal instinct. And women used to vie for such men who were very violent by nature, who had that extreme carnal force, who could get food fast and secure the family. Although the violent men used to go after different women, still they were protected and they used to get their food, which was most important. But we should also recognize that same mental mindset, which was 50,000 years ago, is still present in our minds today, and mostly with women also. As of today, in today's age, women have a preference for people who are much stronger and who also might be on the wrong side. It's a kind of attraction. But once women begin to recognize that it is more of a problem as of today, and they should once they recognize their minds are still evolving, they must understand, and they will understand, that creativity is all about prosperity today. And once women realize that creativity is prosperity, they will shun out any kind of force which tells to them that, any kind of carnal instinct within humans which is associated with crime, any kind of force which wants food immediately, and to get things immediately. Those energies, carnal instincts, must be minimized in their selection of men, and they will realize that creative men, creative beings, are the most attractive men in today's day and age. It is important for women to realize that their selection of men ultimately makes the world either better or for the worse. When I mention this, it is important, as I said before, to note that today creativity is about prosperity. And if you're going to select people in the wrong side of the law, or in the wrong side of the thinking, which are still in the evolution stage of the early ancestors from the caves, we need to understand that kind of thinking is not appropriate for today's world, and it's more of a very serious mental issue which needs to be resolved with mental treatment. People with extreme criminal mind or a black mind is more of a mental patience. Their mental patience, because it is the most foolish thing to be a criminal or a mafia. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to be a criminal, if you're going to earn something, you need to enjoy it. And being a criminal, you'll never enjoy what you earn. And it will not be passed on for any generations. You'll always be under the run from the law. It's the same case. And if you see thousands of mafias, their empires don't last, never last. At the same time, if you make a comparison for any kind of wealth made out of creativity, it goes from generations and it It's not just one individual which is benefited, it is thousands and millions of people who are benefited, like Amazon or Microsoft, the shareholders, and it's born out of creativity. When there is energy born out of creativity, it will prosper. When there's energy born out of negativity and taking from someone, it will do the same thing to the individual who starts that energy. So that's the principle of energy. So when a woman is making a selection in today's world, you should select individuals who have creativity at the core of their heart, who would start a company by which, or who would start a project, or would work in any kind of field where their creativity is expressed in full, and many more people join them in the creative process of creating new organizations, new ideas, new projects. And that's what will be the process for the next 2000 years. Creativity is today's mantra, and people should realize that. Let us forego our ancestral brain, which is from the caveman, which is not appropriate for today's world. As I said today, the ancestor thinking of the early humans was to acquire food as fast as possible, So it does not work in today's world. Today's world is about creativity. We understand that we are given the gift of being one with the image of creativity of God. And that's the only difference between us and any other animal on the planet. The difference between you, us, and a dog or any other animal is the only difference of creativity. We are able to create new things. We are able to create buildings. We are able to create ideas. We are able to create roads. We are able to create new scientific discoveries. An animal does not do that, The animal only is interested in the food. Or it might have some emotional connection. I love animals, but that does not mean we need to make this distinction very clear between a human and an animal mind. So as humans, we are gifted with the gift of creativity. So we should be able to use the gift of creativity for prosperity into the future. And that's what will bring a new energy of life into the planet, a new energy of renewing our earth, a new energy of replenishing our earth.